I'm walking up on a 98. Y'all recognize this key? Or this key fob? Anybody recognize this? This is actually a 98 model. Walking up on a 98 Jeep Grand Cherokee. All right, I'm up on it now. As you can see, I decided to stop and go grab a couple more tools, because what I'm gonna need is, or what's going on is, it's a no start. Well, it starts, but it just dies right away, as if the alarm system is on. I took the door panel off. What we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen, is this particular year, this particular car, this particular setup had what we call a door disarm switch. There was a couple ways to disarm the alarm, and one was with the remote. One was with the remote, and the other one was with what we call a door disarm switch. Now, that door disarm switch really was supposed to be attached to a key cylinder, but there's no key cylinder. And let me show y'all something. Okay, yes, this is the connector that attached to the key cylinder. All that happens when you turn your key, just say you go to your door, you stick your key in the lock cylinder, turn it, you essentially either open or close a switch. That signal is sent to the alarm module, which then deactivates the alarm, which will allow you to start. Okay, now I got this unplugged from the door disarm switch. So basically what I'm gonna do, or what I have to do, is simulate that switch being turned. There's no door actuator. Okay, so I have no way. I gotta simulate it. In other words, trick it. So what I'm gonna do is take a jumper wire and ground this thing. Just close the contact. What I'm gonna do is close the contact. That should send the signal to the alarm module that someone stuck their key. I'm trying to simulate someone unlocking the door with their key. That remote do not work, by the way. So that's why they probably could disarm it if they remote work, but their remote don't work. Like I say, there's only two ways to disarm it. So I'm gonna try to pry this in here, stick my ground wire here. Let me go make sure the battery is connected, because the module has to see those voltage. All right, somebody disconnected the battery so the alarm wouldn't just be going off, I guess. So I'm gonna put it on there and make that partial little contact. And I'm gonna close this switch. And from there, we're gonna see if this bad boy crank. Where's the key? Let's put the key in the ignition. That was like 96 through 99 technology. It carried on a lot on the older 300 cars, Chrysler, New Yorkers and things like that. So like I say, I'm trying to simulate. Let's see if this works. I ain't done this in a long time because I hardly see this technology anymore. All right, let me get down here. I just want to touch each other. I want them to close the contact. All right, I just heard the relay stop clicking, okay, which tells me that the alarm has been disarmed. Let me see something. Yes, before, when I started, it was start and then shut right back down, because it was in activated mode. It was in theft mode, okay? The module will never let the car start if it's in theft mode. Theft mode is essentially the computer thinks someone's trying to steal it. All right. So one of two ways to disarm these older cars. This is a 98 Jeep with the remote or the door disarm switch. Now, in some of the cars, I'm going way back. Y'all might not even see these cars anymore. Some of the cars, there was a door disarm switch on both doors. All right. So this truck was essentially towed in. I think they called because somebody came back and asked me, of course I have the scan too. My DRB will do diagnosis on this 98 model Jeep Grand Cherokee. Yes, my DRB go from 98 on up to 05. All right, so yes, I can do diagnosis on it, but there was no need for the scan tool. When I got the complaint and came out here and started it, it died right away. That let me know right then and there this car was in anti-theft mode. Wow. this customer will be relieved to know that it's running, but he's not out of the clear. See, that was just, I can't tell a customer this. I can't tell a customer to do this every time they want to start their car. I am obligated to tell him whatever it takes to fix his car correctly. And what I would need to fix his car correctly is, this is a door disarm switch. Okay, I'm gonna need a door disarm switch. I'm gonna need the key cylinder. They go right there, and there's not even a key cylinder. See, they done took the whole thing out. I don't know what they was chasing. I don't even know if they knew about this technology. But this is the connector. This is a switch. It's just a long wire that travels around the window regulator rail and up to the key cylinder, and essentially plugs in here, which will lead all the way to, of course, the module. So what I did was trick the computer into thinking I disarmed the door disarm switch with a jumper wire. Okay, for one, I ain't even sure. Actually, let me do my parts department a favor. Sometime on these old switches, you gotta take them the old part or the tag that's on the part that would simulate a part number. They might not even be able to look this up. See, y'all see like numbers on here? These numbers usually indicate a part number. This one is faded off. I ain't gonna be able to get it, so I hope the parts department can work their magic. We have a guy in the parts department that's pretty damn good. They had to take this door panel off, man. Like I say, I could have started this diagnosis filming from the beginning, but I don't know where I'm at. I didn't know where I was at. But once I found out the car was in anti-theft mode, is when I went and grabbed the thingamajig. But so, if you get one, I can't remember the years, guys. I'm so sorry, but I know the technology is gone. No longer use door disarm switches, right? Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I'm inside the shop right now. I am trying to get information on this door disarm switch like we talked about earlier. And lo and behold, I get dealt some bad news. That's right, some bad news. So I'm gonna have to go back and tell this customer that basically the bad news is the door disarm switches have been discontinued. Wow, that's right. You can't even get them anymore. You cannot buy a new door disarm switch for this 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee. All right, so let's go to plan B. Okay, one of your other options, as I stated earlier, you have two ways to actually disarm the alarm system. Okay, one is with the door disarm switch, and the other would be with a working remote. Okay, that's right, your remote has to be working. In fact, this particular remote do not work. Okay, so I will throw that option out at this customer. Basically, we're gonna need another remote. Alright, now we have a remote in stock for this. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and get one. They're fairly inexpensive. I'm gonna go to the car and program this remote. That way this customer will be able to disarm his alarm in the event that it arms. Now, one of the ways to arm the alarm is simple. It's real simple, guys. As you exit the vehicle and you lock your door, that automatically arms the alarm. Okay, or when you stick your key in there and turn it, that will arm the alarm. But for now, we have no key lock cylinder, so you can arm your alarm by mistake just simply using the lock button. That will arm it. Okay, so but I have this remote control. Let me go back to the Jeep so we can get this thing programmed. All right, let's get with it, man. So that option has been taken away. All right, so now let's get this key program. All right, I have my patented DRB scan tool here. We're gonna go under standalone. All right, we have to find a way to disarm the alarm in the event that it arms. All right, there's no way you can take it out of the system. Or at least I wouldn't try any way like that. So we're gonna go in the body interior, which the alarm features are likely in the body computer. So let's go over the body computer. Now, this thing keeps resetting. Okay, my DRB has had it. Z by BCM version 3.9. So basically, wow. I went through the procedure. My DRB had froze up, but now I have, as you can see, unlock, lock. We have the new remote work, but I don't know if y'all can hear that. The door locks are now working. So he will have a way to disarm his alarm. Thank goodness. Now what I have here is a lock cylinder for the door. But for now, I'm gonna wrap this up, man. I had to do a lot of key coding to get this thing all set. Of course, somebody, I think, broke in it. I don't know, but it doesn't have a, yeah, you see that big hole right there. So I'm gonna have to get a complete door lock actuator assembly set in there and get all the mechanism that I need where you can use this key and turn it. Although there will not be a disarm switch on it, it will still work as far as turning the key in and out. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this video up, man. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.